Thanks for tuning in to Purse Empowerment TV. This is Money Mondays, where you know what we're going to do. Our only goal is to make sure that at the end of it, you have identified a way to put more money into your purse, okay? So because it is May, and we are celebrating mothers all in the month of May, the whole month, when you log into Purse Empowerment TV, what you're going to have the opportunity is to have a conversation about me, my mommy, and our money, okay? All right, so listen, this is what I want you to do right off. We do have a special guest in with us today. So not only am I going to be giving you some money, she's also going to be giving you some money, but here's what you have to do. You can't keep all of the money for yourself. You have to identify a mom and you have to give her some money, okay? Are you guys ready? You gotta open up your purse. Enette is new to this, so she doesn't know much about it, but let's just see how good she is at it, all right? You ready? So you gotta open up your purse, and I'll show you how to throw them some money. You ready to throw the people some money?
I'd love to.
You gotta give them lots of money. All right, a little bit more. You ready? All right, we hope that you feel a whole lot richer. If you don't feel richer by receiving the money that we send to you, hopefully after listening to all of the information that we're going to share with you about wealth wisdom, you do feel a whole lot richer, okay? All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about our guest today, because last month we did a video in the 21-day challenge that talked all about having a conversation with the financial advisor, someone that can give you some level of investment tips, make you get more bang for your buck when it comes to your budget, all right? So what I did is I found someone that I admire and has been in the financial services industry for over 25 years to share with us on how to get some level of investing into our purse, all right? So we have with us Enette Henderson, a financial services State Farm agent.
That is
yes, I did it. You guys should be proud. I did it. I said all the words. All right. So the reason why we have her in here today is that as a mother, you guys know that I am a mother of two. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And being a mompreneur and managing money, sometimes things just get out of whack, you know? So in order to hold those things intact, we definitely have to have a plan, and we definitely have to have a person that has some skill sets that supersede our own, so that we can have some level of a wealth creation. All right, so let's talk about it. Tell me a little bit about your own money story as it relates to being a mother of 2 older children. So what is your money story like?
Well, for me, it's a little different because of my background in insurance and financial services. So money is a part of everything that I do. And the biggest challenges that that I have as far as being a mother and managing money is not only do I have to budget and manage the money in my household, I also have to manage and budget the agency and the business.
Yes.
You know, there are families that depend on me, which are the families of the employees that are there.
Yes. So
managing money is a part of what I do every day. And that is making sure that I'm accountable for the decisions that I make as far as, the household, as far as the business, and where I allocate funds, and sticking to that.
Okay, so you're wearing a whole lot of hats and carrying a whole lot of purses.
Absolutely.
So it takes a skill set of what to make it all fall in place at the end of the day?
Well, it's discipline.
Yes.
Really. It's discipline and knowing that you have a goal and you want to accomplish that goal. There's so many things that distract us as a mother and, of course, as a business owner, that we lose sight of what we want to do and we set out to do. So mainly you have to be disciplined. You have to be accountable to yourself to know that not only are you discussing and you're helping other people, but you have to manage and live your life that way.
Yes.
And that is a sacrifice. You cannot try to teach others what you're not practicing personally.
Right.
So that's one of the things I definitely, strive to do and make sure that I'm an example of what I'm educating my clients on.
Right. Got it. Okay, so if we go back a little bit and we fast forward and you're a new mom, right? You get pregnant and you're like, I'm a mom now.
Excited.
Yes, you're excited and you're also anxious, right?
Absolutely.
And a little bit of intimidated, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So what then happens? How do you begin planning and organizing your money at that point as a new mom?
As a new mom, one of the things, amongst the excitement that you have of this, creation that's coming into this world, the responsibility of that is kind of, gets you a little leery and anxious, but you also want to plan to protect the future of that individual. And that's the mindset that I had. not only was I in a financial situation where I was stable and comfortable, but I have to now prepare for this child that's coming. So it no longer becomes about my needs and the things that I want to do. I now have to prepare for this child, to educate them, their financial future, to make sure that I have prepared and done all of the things that they need to prepare, and also to leave a legacy for them.
Okay, so let's talk about some first steps. First 90 days of the child's birth. What are you thinking? What are you doing with your purse at that point?
First 90 days, I know people probably think that, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're in awe of your baby, which I am.
Or was.
I was. So in addition to that, the first 90 days, I opened a savings account.
Okay.
And my oldest is a girl, she's 12. So I opened a savings account for her because, you know, when you have a baby, people give you gifts, and money is part of the gift. So as opposed to spending and doing other things, I opened the savings account for her with that money, and she still has that account today. So on a monthly basis, now that she's older, she knows she receives a statement, and she's looking at her balance to make sure, like, hey mom, I see my money growing. So I'm teaching her about budgeting, also in savings, with the same concept.
Okay.
Another thing that I did as a new mom, I opened a college savings plan.
Okay.
You know, many people think that, okay, well, I need a certain amount to start off with. If I don't have X amount, I can't. But that isn't the case. You can open up an account, a college savings, with a minimum of $50 a month. You can do that. So I did do that for her. So right now, 12 years later, she really has a nice sum of money that she can look at for the future. And I did the same with my son, who is 9 years old. And one other thing that we don't think about as mothers, or like to talk about, because we're not comfortable talking about mortality and things like that. But I purchased a life insurance policy for her, and not because of the mortality issue, but because I wanted to give her a gift of life. And how do we see that as a gift? That policy allows her to have cash value in that, which is a permanent policy. In the future, as it grows, she has access to that money, and it also guaranteed her future insurability. So it isn't something that we're going to be paying for her lifetime. So at the time, there's a product called a 10-pay policy. So I was able to purchase that for 10 years. It's paid up. It's now sitting and waiting for her. So those are some of the things as a new mom that you should be thinking about if you're in the position to do that.
All right, so we're going to slow it down just a little bit for you, okay? For those of you that are taking notes, I'm going to pull some purse power moves out of all of the wealth wisdom that she just gave us. So one of the first things that she did, number one, let me just check my purse and make sure that I got it. Number one, you open up a savings account.
Absolutely.
Okay, then the next thing you did after you did the savings account, you opened up a college savings plan.
Yes.
And then you were able to get some life insurance.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that is something that we new moms can get into doing, to just go ahead, if you guys are listening in and you're thinking, okay, how do I manage this money situation and begin to create wealth creation? Those are some very simple things that you can begin to do today or throughout up until next week to our next episode, okay? So we're not only talking to the new moms, right? So that is for you new moms, but for you more seasoned moms that has your purse already in the game for your children, all right? You're not having these little babies anymore. You've got more control over your purse. So what are we telling them to do?
The moms who are already established, who've already started, who know their budget, we're telling them to make sure that you are an active participant in your child's financial future, as well as your own. And being active participant meaning, although you may have opened, whether it's a college savings account or, you know, life insurance policy, make sure that you understand the benefits of that. Make sure that the product is meeting your need, that it's doing exactly what you intended.
How can one determine that the product that they have is meeting their needs? How do they do that?
For example, if you have purchased some type of college savings for your child, and you see that once, you know, some people will receive their statements and oh, that's just a statement. But what you should be doing is reviewing that to make sure that you see growth. You know, we make the money, you want to protect the money, that you're seeing growth in the account, that you know what's happening. You can't just invest and leave it and forget about it. So being active, and if it's not performing the way that you think you should with the timeline that you've established, and so you should look at changing. You know, one of the things we don't like to do is, it's already set, I shouldn't change it. But as a mother concerned about the future of your child, and that's one of the things you should be doing. Actively looking to make sure it's meeting your need and your money's working for you.
All right, so that would be for our mid-sized mom with our children that already have some level of things in place. So let's talk to our rich moms, all right? Let's talk to our ballers and shot callers, right?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about what should those moms be doing in terms of making sure that they are doing some level of wealth creation, not only for themselves, but also for their children?
That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking, because many times we think about the children and not necessarily ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we're the last one on the list of priorities.
Yes.
So for that mom that's rich and everything is settled and they understand what needs to be done, I recommend that you have your own money team.
Oh, wow.
You know, Floyd Mayweather has his money team. So you should have a money team. And in that, I recommend you have an insurance and financial professional that's going to be able to assist you and review everything that you have to make sure that that's meeting your needs and this is what you want. I also recommend that you have an accountant or a CPA because managing money is a responsibility. You want to know where everything is going and to make sure that you're keeping it and that you're taking care of all the tax needs that you have, because that's one of the issues, that we don't know the things that limit the taxes that we need to pay and things like that. So that CPA or accountant will be able to assist you with that. And also you need to have an attorney. Attorney that's going to make sure that everything that you have is in place, whether it's a will or a trust for your children, so that that legacy that you have built for them is in place and it's distributed and allocated the way that you would like for it to be allocated. And I would also recommend, when you're thinking about yourself, is make sure that your retirement plan is in place. You know, we work, we think about everyone else, but make sure that you're comfortable. Because if you are wealthy, you're living a great lifestyle, you want to continue that. You want to travel, you want to do all the things you want to do at retirement. So make sure that that plan is in place. And there are different ways that you can do that. Retirement isn't just, you know, investing in stocks or market. It could be purchasing an annuity so that you can have living benefits, so that when you retire, not only are you getting checks from whatever else, you're getting annuity payments to you, whether it's on a monthly basis, so you can establish how much you want to receive. So you're managing your money beyond today.
Yes.
And that's what we'd like for all of our mothers to do, whether you're a new mom or that mom that's been a mother for a couple of years, or that wealthy mom that has it together.
Right, that is sound. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have packed your purse with some wealth wisdom, and we are looking forward to any of your questions. So if you have any specific questions, please be sure to inbox me at Shani@pursempowerment.com. If our guests would like to reach out to you, what is the best way for them to do so?
Shauna, if you would like to reach out to me, you can go to my State Farm website. It's Enette Henderson at InetteHenderson.com. That will take you directly to my website, or you can contact my office directly, 305-949-8669. And it would be my pleasure to assist your moms with any questions you may have, because it's important to have someone to sit down with you that can review your needs and make sure that a product is being matched with your needs.
All right, and if you have really enjoyed this conversation, just keep in mind that there will be an extended conversation on Saturday, May the 30th. You've had the opportunity to actually get Enette on your money team, okay? If you want to register, you can go to www.pursempowerment.com, or right up under the comments in here, you will see a registration link so that we can actually get you in on this Me, Mommy, and Our Money, talking all about your budget, breastfeeding, and balance. That's a lot, right? Okay, see you soon.